Hi, everybody. So today I just had my very first Creative Soul Circle, and I'm still a little bit up because my mind's been like, oh, I can do this, I can do that. And as you may or may not know, that can be good and bad. So, for those that are looking at this and might be like, oh, what is this? Or don't know me, I'm into creative wellness and connecting creativity with spirituality. Of course, for your wellness, right? And breaking through creative ideas. But I am also a creative myself and really like to target creative entrepreneurs and artists, which is why I created the Creative Soul Circle. So, anywho, I want to share a spread with you that I did, which is creative breakthrough. I just really wanted to do this. Sometimes when I don't feel like I'm moving forward, I like to tap in. And a lot of times when I tap in, it's through these cards, but I do want to just do this because I'm up right now. And I'm pretty sure that this can help somebody that tunes into this. So if you're looking for a creative breakthrough, excuse me, or if you're looking for further creative advice, I like to do it in a unique way, um, which are like through the cards, and then it sparks some ideas, and then we just go back and forth. So let me just break down as I go this creative breakthrough tarot spread. So first, we're going to talk about the soul archetype, like what's your prominent energy right now. Okay, so let's do this. What's your prominent energy right now? And of course, this is a general reading. This may not apply to anybody. But if you came across this reading, I'm sure this was meant for you to find this, because that is my intentions, to help someone understand and be guided who needs to hear this the most right now. All right, we got something. Okay, perseverance. So this soul archetype is someone that is really like, you can't tell me nothing. I'm still going to keep moving forward. You know, like I don't want to quit. I know I'm unique. I know that I can do something that no one else can, and let me prove it to you. I'm definitely feeling this proving vibe for sure, but I also feel like there's someone that has a lot of inner and outer strength. Give me 2 cards, Spirit. And kind of can just take the long run, and doesn't mind taking the long road, taking the scenic route. Long as they get to their goal, it doesn't matter. They can go they're in it for the long run, though, basically. I'll show you the image in a second. Thank you. Give me 1 more card. Okay. So we have concerning questions. Create moments for yourself that make you happy. And trusting the process of how your next phase unfolds allows room for healing. So this is a soul archetype. As you can see, she's running. And by looking at these statements that I just said, creating moments that make yourself happy. And many times if you have this soul archetype where you know you're unique, you know that you might have mishaps, quote unquote, to the public here. I'm just seeing this like handicaps, right? You're in a league of your own, I'm hearing. But yet and still, you really have the endurance. You really have that working spirit, I'm getting lost for words right now. That fighter, that go-getter, that again, commitment to yourself, commitment to your goals, to see it through the long run, no matter what. But you sometimes having that energy can allow you to feel bad about yourself when you don't succeed those goals, or if you go the extra mile and you still don't see something that, it's like, how can you create moments for yourself that make you happy though? Because again, like I was saying, I was getting this energy of proving, and sometimes when we're not centered enough, we can wind up going into this competitive energy where we feel that we need to prove other people that we're fit for the job, or even prove ourselves, like, damn, I didn't meet this goal, last week or last month. So now I'm going to go harder. You know, it's that is a great characteristic, a great archetype, a great type of energy to have, but not when it's serving you in a way that's draining you, or not knowing when to stop. Because, like, it's reminding me of the energizing bunny, right? It keeps going and going and going. Sometimes you need to stop. If you keep going and going and going and not replenishing your energy, you're just going to wind up until you're on E, and then get thrown in the trash like a battery. You know what I mean? Someone told me about recharging a battery. You can wrap aluminum foil around the battery and put it in the freezer. I think I tried this one time. It did work, not as well as I wanted it to, but I'm bringing this up because we put the battery in the freezer to recharge. To me, when I hear the word freeze, that means to stop, recuperate, and reevaluate what you're trying to do. Because many times, if you're running and running down the same road, this is what happens to people when they're driving at night. You can kind of zone out and get into this meditative state and possibly fall asleep at the wheel. But it's kind of the same thing with your brain. If you see the same thing over and over and over again, it doesn't give your brain to say, hey, let's create something new. So then it kind of like goes into autopilot and then totally zones out, right? So with this here saying, trusting the process of how your next phase unfolds allows room for healing. Sometimes we do damage to ourselves because we get into this mode of control and saying like, oh, I want this and I can control this and I'm going to have it. I'm going to have it. And maybe the universe is like, it's not your time right now. Maybe the universe is telling you to sit down, recuperate your energy because I have something really big ahead, but you're not going to be ready. So I'm not going to show you because you keep exerting yourself. Therefore, kind of have to relearn that lesson, right? So let's see. Let's go a little bit deeper. So chakra energy, right? So let's see the slow chakra energy and let's see the fast chakra energy. I put my chakra energy cards away, but I guess I do need them. Okay. I'm back. So let's see. What's the slow chakra energy and what's the fast chakra energy? So when I say slow chakra energy, usually I'm talking about an imbalance. And when I'm talking about fast, I'm talking about imbalance too. Slow chakra energy is more so underactive. Fast chakra energy is overactive. They're both an imbalance, but let's talk about it. So what's the slow chakra energy right now that is within this reading? Thank you. And what's the fast chakra energy in this reading? Okay. Makes sense. Okay, so we have the Destiny card here. Now, this is represented by the crown chakra, and it's slow, and I'm picking up it's slow because The crown chakra really helps you connect with your spiritual self, connect with God, the universe, any other names that you can think of in between. And it connects with your path. If you are connected and in a belief of there's a divine energy that you're connected with your own spirit, with your own soul, then you also know that, hey, there's more to this than just me, and I also get ideas that download into my brain, my celestial energy, my cerebral energy, I meant to say, but it's kind of hand in hand. And figuring out what the message is, decoding the message, understanding, divining the signs, synchronicities, and messages that come through from above to the divine crown chakra, right? It's slow, it's interactive because there's another chakra that's overactive. Anytime there's one that's they're all interconnected, right? Now, sometimes I like to notice how, like, the top and the bottom, like the root and the crown, can be very much connected. So if you look at an underactive crown, there may be an overactive root chakra. But I do have here the overactive, or the fast, is the yellow, which is solar plexus. And that is about taking charge. When it's overactive, it's about being in control, seeing no other way but yourself, right? Not even trusting yourself, getting lost with the path that you may be. Like, look at it says facade. This talks kind of about someone that lost someone, right? And actually someone being stuck in the past. And if you think about it, you may be operating out of some type of trauma that happened in the past, right? But since you're not being spiritually connected, allowing that guidance from the divine, you are sitting here trying to control. It's reminding me of a reversed, what is that term? Chariot. The Chariot card is reminding me. The Chariot card talks about movement, right? It talks about trust. It talks about control. And it reminds me of that saying, Jesus grabbed the wheel type of thing. I'm letting go and letting something bigger than me take the wheel and allow me to guide and move forward. But when you're not feeling happy, right? When you're so overly obsessive on a goal and making it happen for you, right? Your go-getter spirit, your commitment to self, and just extra focus to getting the job done turns into something extreme, which is being more self-centered, obsessive, running, like doing more work than necessary. You know what I mean? Like, spirit's doesn't want you to become worryful. That's not a word. Spirit wants you to trust the process so that things in the next phase can unfold and allow room for healing, basically, right? So let's see what needs to be released. What needs to be released? So, where are my? Here they are. Because I'm like, where are my tarot cards? So let's talk about what needs to be released right now, right? Why aren't things manifesting and opportunities coming your way? Okay, so I'm sorry, I'm looking at my notes because I wanted to try this new spread that I pretty much thought of. But sometimes when I think of things, they just come within a flash like that. And as fast as they come can be as fast as they leave. Okay, so let's see. Let's do it. So let's get 3 cards here. Pick that one. Let's pick one more. I don't want to make this too long. Stuff isn't really popping out. Okay. So what do we have here? We have the 7 of Wands reversed, we have the 3 of Cups reversed, and we have the Page of Swords reversed. So starting with what needs to be released, what needs to be released is you defending your projects and your creativity all the time. You making excuses as well for moving forward when all you have to do is put the stick down. You know what I mean? Like this is kind of looks similar in a way, right? Like they're both running, they're both like focused, trying to move forward, except nothing's in her way. Something is in her way. And I feel like you're in your own way. You're in your own head. And this is what causes creative block, right? When you're being defensive, being super defensive, you want help secretly, but then you're not open enough to receive criticism or help or any type of thing. But that's because you're not trusting yourself, let alone trusting the process. And this, my dears, what needs to be released so you can allow yourself to move forward into reaching the goal by having a better balance with your own inner knowledge as well as outer wisdom. Well, I don't think there's really outer, but inner wisdom with trusting the divine, right? And why aren't things manifesting? Things aren't manifesting because you're not having a good vibe. Your spirits aren't raised high enough. They need to be raised high, like these glasses in the 3 of Cups, right? Like 3 of Cups can be all about abundance and celebration. And when manifesting, your energy plays a big part on manifesting. Your intentions and trusting, believing that this is going to happen. If you're in low vibes, you're not really trusting. If anything, you're trusting the fact that you're in lack, right? That nothing's happening and like this woe is me vibe. I'm going to tell you something real quick. One day I had the incense burning and the sun was shining, so I could see the smoke the way it was moving. I had an incense burning on like a top shelf, right? And then I had another incense burning from another room on the floor. I don't know what groove spirit made me look in this direction. And I noticed that the smoke moving on the floor was moving slower than the smoke moving on top. I say that to say that I've been learning about frequencies. They all connect with chakras. The higher frequencies are faster, the lower is slower. I'm saying that to tell you about the vibes here. When you have low vibes, it's slower. It makes you feel sluggish. It makes you, you know what I mean? And then when you're high, the higher vibes are more in love, more in joy, more in abundance, more in, yes, like, happiness. And again, why you're not manifesting, okay? So just like when I'm doing cards, sometimes if I'm in low vibes, I'm not going to read cards. If I do, there's a high chance that the energy will be off and I might be seeing it from a different perspective, i.e., low vibe, right? So why are things meant? Okay, opportunities coming your way. What's coming your way is a little bit of inspiration. We have the Page of Swords reversed, right? The Page of Swords talks about new insight, a new thought process, maybe starting something, possibly even writing, more practical, but yet more in tune with self. It's not quite there yet, but it will happen, right? So let's see. What is the process? Let's see what the process is. So I have a process right now that I'm doing something with these new cards, right? I need to talk probably a little louder. But I'm going to show you guys something. So let's see what action steps is needed to meet these goals, right? What are the action steps to drop the defense mechanism, right? Have a little bit more fun so you can get these opportunities of inspiration. Okay, so I'm going to bring those. Okay. So I have the cross, which is talking about burdens. Okay. So I'm just gonna, this is kind of like Lenormand. These are just literally like words that I put on here because I'm in the process of creating them. I'm in the process of giving them images. I'm still cooking up my cards, I'm telling y'all. Whoever watches these things, I know it probably take a long time, but at the end of the day, it's okay. So this is a process that needs to happen for you to reach these goals. There's a need to drop the burden. You're very defensive because there's this subconscious burden that you're carrying, and um, you're really not celebrating your wins. Um, You've been carrying this for so long, it's kind of made you bitter about things and made you closed off because it feels like nobody has ever helped you. Nobody cares, XYZ. And then you've been saying this for so long that you've pretty much closed your heart to your own self. And now you're like not tending and caring in the areas that you needed the most for yourself, because actually you can do this. You've learned things. You have this go-getter. It has been a long road and you have held it down for yourself, by yourself for a long time. But you're so focused, or you're still in this energy of the burden, that you haven't even taken a pause, like we spoke about in the beginning, to actually look like, damn, I did run quite a distance. I did do all of these things by myself. I can do this. Let the burdens go, right? Flirt a little bit with life. Maybe flirt with a stranger. Have some fun. If flirting makes you have anxiety, flirt with yourself in the mirror, okay? Okay? Allow yourself to be able to feel self-love, You can do certain things for yourself, to the point where, all right, it's like, I've done this already. Let's try to do something else. Or just really just stop and be like, okay, I did it. And it may be hard for this type of soul archetype here, the type of person that just wants to go, 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 reminding me of like the goat energy, the Capricorn that wants to build, build, build. But when do they stop on a plateau to just look and say, damn, I have a lot to go to get to the top, but look how far I've came from the bottom. All right. Offerings. This is what I'm talking about. Give offerings to yourself. What self-care practices can you bring to raise your vibes, to make you feel good physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, okay? And even maybe financially, like maybe you want to save some things and save for something that you really want. Like maybe if you need a car, save for a car to get you to where you need to go and handle your business instead of asking people for rides that wind up disappointing you. Or you can, there's other things. It doesn't even have to be money. Like you can save coupons for healthier snacks or something. You know what I'm saying? There's a need for you to maybe include some type of self-care financially, watching what you buy so you can really in turn focus on the solution instead of the problem, you know what I mean, and find more balance. These are these keywords that I've had in ways that you can do this. So let's see like the overall advice for blocked and opportunity. Okay. Why am I talking like this? I don't know. Let's see. I kind of want to use another card deck. Oh, I see that one. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Okay. So let's see the advice for the blocked and the opportunity. Okay. Kind of wish I had my other camera so you guys could see this, but whatever. I know you're here for the message. Okay. So, advice for the blocked situation here. You being blocked to your destiny, overly controlling certain things that really aren't in your control, and really being defensive of help. In the back burner, you really do want help, but you're just kind of afraid, and you may or may not be recognizing this. Advice to you is to set your sights higher. Now, when I say higher, knowing your soul archetype, I don't mean like make a bigger goal. I mean, really, like it says stargazer. Really tap into your essence of spirituality, your essence of your ancestors, even. You know, maybe even start looking into your characteristics as your astrology sign, your zodiac sign, and really maybe looking to that. Your natal chart, the stars, that all of that really helps you understand your psyche. Your psyche is your spirit. You know, psychology comes from that word because it helps you understand more of your spiritual sense and your attributes that make up you. And the zodiac signs, astrology, all 12 of them are in essence all parts of you. And that number 12 breaks down into 4, which are like the seasons, or 3, which are in groups of 4. Like there's many things behind these numbers, numerology and astrology, that you can actually start looking into. So I'd say for these things of creating moments that can help you be happy about who you are, is learning more about yourself. Learn more about your adult self. Learn more about things you learned or things that you have become or changed into within the past 3 years. You know, when you can sit back and look back, like, you have changed, whether it's an inch or a mile within the past 3 years. And there's a need for you to understand that a little bit more so you can be more open to a different perspective and really start allowing your heart to be in sync with your mind, you know, because part of you does not want help, right? Because of your heart is probably saying, I don't want help because people have disappointed me, used and abused me. And then your mind is like, you need help, right? Or vice versa. And advice for the opportunities, right, are hermit, retreat and rest and retreat, rest and recharge, excuse me. In order for you to rest and recharge, in order for you to get these new inclinations to actually feel like you're moving forward and feel like you're more in control of your life, is by resting and recharging. So you're not reacting from your subconscious. You're actually more at ease. Meditation does numerous things. You can sit and meditate, or you can meditate through walking. You can meditate through, why do I want to say walking again? You can meditate through creativity, of course. Um, there's other ways that you can do meditate in motion, but if there's just a need, like maybe you just can need to sleep more too. Like if you're not a person that meditates, maybe you just need to sleep more. Needless to say, when you sleep more, when you meditate more, you are regenerating your cells in your brain, in your body. You are tapping into different parts of sections in your mind that can open up and allow those ideas to flood through and really help you feel more secure, more confident in the ways that you're going to act on when you can actually process these ideas. Okay? And on the back of the deck, as I say that, it says, make plans and focus. I don't know if you can see that or not. But let's get this overall advice, because I know we are at 30 minutes, and I feel like people that see these videos actually don't mind looking and listening. If you're looking, I feel like you'd probably, like maybe maybe you do stuff like how I do sometimes when I'm driving, especially like I know I'm not going to have like a 30-minute drive. I'll turn this on and listen to. You know what I'm saying? Anyhow. What is the overall advice? So for this creative breakthrough, really, it just seems like let's take both. It just seems like you've been pushing. You know that song, wishing and hoping, and you've been doing that, and you've been casting a lot of judgment on yourself, which has been blocking the change, like for sure. There's been a lot of judgment here it's almost like you're looking at yourself. And you know what? When you cast judgment on yourself, other people, it's really pointing the finger back to you type of thing. You know what I mean? And just like this snake here that's shedding its skin, for you to really, boss up, there's a need for you to go through, heal what needs to be revealed, and learn things that you've went through, because there's a big challenge with you of being more playful, like this says sensual, be more playful. People get sexuality mixed up with, like, it's very perverted nowadays because of society. But honestly, there are things that you can do for yourself that make you feel good about yourself, sexually or sensually. And let's just speaking on sensuality, that's tapping into your senses, your five senses, so then you can really tap into those other senses, the sixth sense. Maybe there's a seventh sense, I don't know. But the outside of five, that can allow you to tap into your spiritual nature. That can be a challenge, but I feel like you're up for the challenge. The only thing that is really stopping you is this rigidness that you've acquired, because you've taken on the burdens of what people weren't able to do for you, right? But now maybe you can take the expectation away. That could be the burden that's holding you down. One, you could be expecting so much for yourself, trying to control your life in every which way, nook and cranny, not allowing room for spirit to step in and really, take the wings, take the wheel, and allow you to be guided in the best way possible, shape, and form on the path that is lit for you. Ask yourself, are you doing that? Are you allowing that? Or are you really focusing on the details, stepping into perfectionism, and allowing you to feel off kilter, walking down the path that's not best for you, the path that won't allow you to meet your goals in the timely manner that you want it to be, or just in general. Don't add more, burdens. Don't add more things to your package and say that you're being burdened when you're adding it yourself. The biggest thing I'm seeing here is to have more fun. How do you have more fun? By not planning anything. Stop being overly criticizing on yourself, others, and the work that you do. And then just say, you know what? Maybe just say for a day, fuck it. Let's do whatever and see what happens, right? And it can turn into something. Don't be so tight. When you hold tight, there's no room for other things to come in. Allow that to come in. So this is what I have for my creative breakthrough here. You're definitely the type that will go for the long haul, but you have to allow yourself to really stop and smell the roses at times. Step back and see exactly what's going on because, you know, in art class, if we're staring at something for so long, they tell us to look back, walk back and see the bigger picture. If I took my camera further back, you'd see more that's in the room. Everything is about perspective here. And I need you to have a better perspective of finding balance with work and play. All right? Don't run yourself ragged, and don't go down the path of burnout. That's clearly burnout because you're not really tuning into and listening to your body, listening to your mind, your soul, as well as spirit. I just wanted to share that with you. I am doing the Creative Soul Circles again. I do it bi-weekly. I really like to tap into the creative aspect and how we connect with our creativity, with our as well as spirit, and really start removing any blocks that may be in our path by doing so. So I hope you like this. Please comment, share, subscribe if you're feeling the vibe, and check out more messages coming to you like so. Until next time, y'all, I'm outie. Peace. Oh.